Welcome back to The Takeover. This is episode 15, and today we're going to be doing a solo cast, which if you're familiar with the show, every once in a while I kind of break the norms of having a guest on the show, and it's just going to be you and I talking about a topic related to growing your industrial supply business. And today I'm pumped about this. This is one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is building a digital customer journey. So in this episode, I'm going to give you the framework for building a customer journey on a monthly basis that can lead your existing accounts and even prospects that you get in a digital on this digital channel. So we're gonna kind of go over this from a high level, and then we're going to dive into some very specific details. I'm going to give you the framework, and I'm going to give you all of the sort of the actionable items that you can use in your own business to make this happen. Now, this is really cool because I want you to think about this in holistic way. Every organization needs some sort of path or journey. You need to be able to lead your customer. Even if you're not a for-profit business, if you're a nonprofit. This is very important. You need to be able to have a very clear path. When you join our organization, when you become a customer, this is the path that is best for you. This is the next steps. And so a lot of times we haven't defined that. We haven't thought about what happens when we get a customer. We think, oh, we got a customer, great. Let's just keep calling on them until, we get more and more sales. And there's really not much thought behind what that looks like. Obviously, we have some traditional sales methods. We need to call on our customer on a regular basis. We need to ask for the order. We need to ask if we can help. And that's fantastic. But, as with more and more of a shift in the buying demographics, we need to be more tactful in the way that we engage the digital channels. So, and primarily, I'm referring to your website, online search marketing, email marketing, social media, and we're going to cover all of those channels today. But the basic overview of this is to, create a journey that goes throughout the year. Something that can be, in a sense, it's once you build it the first time, you have the basic framework. And so, like, if you were to build this journey and it lasts the entire year, so 12 months, you're essentially going to be creating 12 stepping stones along that journey. And these 12 stepping stones are your 12 monthly campaigns. And in each one of these campaigns is built around a landing page on your website. And this landing page is sort of the home base of your monthly campaign, and each monthly campaign works together as a whole to create this annual digital customer journey. So the basic elements of this page, there's basically three elements, right? We want to keep this super simple, the whole acronym KISS. We don't want to get too complicated with this. I've seen this go wrong, and even I've created campaigns that were more complex than they needed to be. And one of the things I learned is just keep it very simple especially when you're doing these on a monthly basis. Otherwise, it can become a huge task, and you don't want it to become overwhelming, or else you're not going to do it every month consistently. So the first section in these landing pages, these home bases, is SALT. I call it SALT, or fear. The reason why I call it SALT is because it's this idea of fear, or the FOMO, fear of missing out, or the negative possible outcomes associated with not buying your products or your services. This is a really important marketing concept for you to get and to apply in your sales and your marketing and your business, is that in every situation there has to be some sort of fear that, communicated, and we call it SALT is because we just want a pinch. We really just want a small pinch of salt. Think of it like when you're baking a loaf of bread. You put cups and cups of flour in there, but you're only going to put a pinch of salt. I mean, if you put cups of salt, it's going to be horrible. Nobody's going to eat it. So the cups and cups of flour is the positive outcome, the educational content. But the fear is important, because if you don't have at least a pinch of it, there's no stake. There's nothing at stake. There's no consequences for not taking action. And so I like to start off each section, each campaign, each landing page with that FOMO or that SALT or that promotional offer. So an example of that might be, do you have a documented lockout tagout program? And of course the safety manager who doesn't, he goes, oh crap. He just realizes, oh my goodness, I'm in trouble. Or the plant manager, the manager who's in charge of all of these employees who are out there building things. Are your tools organized and maintained, or are they just like in a pile, in a box, in the corner? If not, that could cost you big time. So these are the things that we're going to lead with, and then we're going to go to the next section, which is purely educational. And this next section is key, and not many distributors and suppliers are doing this well. So, I would encourage you to think about, what does a positive outcome look like? So in other words, I want you to paint the picture of success when they do it the right way. So think about the problems that your customers are facing, and then think about what they can do to improve day-to-day operations. How can they do things the right way? So, what does it look like for them to have the right safety equipment, and have their employees actually want to wear the equipment and comply with the rules, so they spend less time, worrying about, writing people up and, all of this sort of thing that goes along with safety compliance. What does it look like when your employees can spend less time fixing and finding tools and more time actually doing the work? Providing tips and best practices to help them do their job goes a long way toward providing that value and earning trust. And in today's world of distribution, we have to have a value proposition beyond just the products that we sell. It's not enough to sell the best brands. Everybody's doing it. So we need to be able to provide some additional value, and providing these educational content, it can go a really long way. So this is important for prospects, people who are just visiting your site, or people who are have never heard of you. Maybe you met them at a trade show or an event. And this is great for new customers, and this is great for old customers. Everybody needs this. They need to stay sharp on the job, and this is a great way for you to help them do that. All right, so the third and final section of this landing page, simple landing page, is the call to action. Okay, so this is where you highlight your featured manufacturer partners of the month. And by the way, you can have them help you pay for this space. I'm going to get to more on that after the break. We're going to talk about how to use maybe your co-op dollars, etc., to help you pay for this. But this is where you focus on their products, their solutions. This is where you focus on new products that may be related to the topic that you are highlighting for the month. This is where you would have featured products in that category that you may be linking to. You're linking from the landing page to your e-commerce site, okay, so that they can go and find more information about that product and perhaps even purchase it right there on the spot. If you do not have an e-commerce site, you might link out to a manufacturer site, or dangerous today, I know, or you may link to a literature sheet with an order form on it. So there's ways to do this. It doesn't necessarily you don't have to have an e-commerce website to run this sort of customer journey. Okay, you can do this with just the content that manufacturers supply, and that's a really good way of highlighting those products there at the end. Now, Many customers want to know what new products are out there. So think of this from their perspective. Okay, they may not be ready to buy or change all of the gloves for all of their employees right now. But if there's a new glove out there from one of your manufacturer partners that has some new technology, or maybe that's some it's just made a little differently and it's perfect for them, they want to know about it. And this is where you have an opportunity to really be a leader and to guide your customers to better solutions that are going to help them perform better on the job. So that is really the three sections. It's as simple as that. Where we do not want to make this more complex. Now, however, this landing page, if you think of it like a billboard, and if you built this billboard in the middle of the woods, and it's beautiful, and it's a work of art, and it's fantastic, and it's compelling, but it's in the middle of the woods and nobody sees it, well, then it's for nothing. So what we're going to talk about on the other side of the break is we're going to go into some detail about how to promote the customer's journey and how to track the ROI. We'll also talk about what goes in each of these sections in a little more detail. So stay tuned. I'll be right back after this quick break.
You may have heard print is dead. We're here to tell you it's not. Recent reports found that 20% of e-commerce customers bought after receiving a catalog, and they're spending more. It turns out catalogs are an important first step in your customers' buying decisions. We can help. With over 15 years of experience in the industry, SpinStack is equipped to get your catalogs to print. Beautifully designed, with expert workflow and execution. Backed by a product database of over 20,000 SKUs. Make your catalog stand out with custom design and solutions built for your business. Visit us today at spinstack.com to learn more.
What's your e-commerce solution? Slow speeds, broken links, do-it-yourself design. It all gets complicated fast. You need a solution that works for you and the industry you serve. SpinStack is an authority in e-commerce for industrial distributors. We do the hard work for you with full implementation services, built-in SEO, and custom design that communicates your unique value proposition. Add your products fast with a fully integrated product database containing over 500,000 SKUs. Detailed product descriptions ensure your customers' questions get answered, even in your sleep. B2C shoppers can check out quickly with our open source development add-on, while B2B accounts get the customization they need to scale on their terms. Only SpinStack offers industrial distributors a true omni-channel solution designed to help you scale your presence online, stay up to date with changing algorithms, and help your customers purchase quickly and easily. It's all part of our vision to help you create a legacy that stands the test of time. Learn more about SpinStack e-commerce at spinstack.com or call 866-270-0810.
All right, welcome back. We're here talking about building a digital customer journey. This is really for distributors. This is for traditional distributors. This is just for distributors who are doing a little bit online, maybe about 15, 20% online. This is for distributors who are completely 100% online. It doesn't matter really your business model. You should be marketing and communicating on the digital channel. And this is going to help you do that. So I'm excited to go into a little more detail. The first thing I want to do is I want to talk about what goes into each one of these sections on your landing page. And then we're going to talk about how to drive traffic. So how do we get people to see that billboard that we created? And then finally, let's talk about the really important thing, and that is how to track ROI. Because we don't want to do all of this work associated with these landing pages and these campaigns and not have an idea of how it's affecting the bottom line. So first of all, the section that I called the salty section, this is where we focus on the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Okay, now this section doesn't necessarily have to be a headline and some copy that is addressing a potential negative outcome for your customer. It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative outcome in a sense that what we're trying to do is just drive this idea of scarcity and urgency. So in that first example I gave you before the break, do I have a documented lockout tagout program? This is going to create urgency because I know that I need it. You may tell me that I have to have it because it's an OSHA standard, and it's going to drive me to action, right? And that's what we want to do. We want to drive engagement and action through these campaigns. But it doesn't necessarily have to be necessarily based on fear. It can also be just the fear of missing out. So another way of doing this is to create a promotional offer. Okay, so for example, for a limited time, take 20% off of all of these products. It's only these products, and it's only for a limited time. Here's the promotional code. Or another thing that you could do is enter to win this month's drawing. Okay, we're going to accept entries up until a certain date, and then after that date, we're going to pull randomly one winner, and that winner is going to get a Yeti cooler filled with safety gear, or tools, or whatever, or swag. Right? Like these are some ideas that you can use. And whether it is driving them the urgency because it's a requirement, it's the law, it's the best practice, their employees' lives are on the line. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is take action on this promotional offer because it's not coming around again. Okay, this is a one-time thing. It's only happening in the month of May for this year, and then once that's over, there will be no other opportunities to win this particular gift. Okay, so this is where you can get a little creative. I love this. And every month you can come up with some cool giveaway, and you're keeping your customers engaged, you're keeping your prospects engaged, and you're driving the sense of scarcity and urgency. Okay, remember, it can't be unlimited samples. It can't be unlimited promotion. It can't be a promotion that runs forever, or else it doesn't have the impact. Okay, so that's the key here to that first section. All right, so the second section is our educational section. And this is where I said before the break that this is really the most important, in my opinion, because this is where you can add the most value outside of just the products that you sell. So the educational section, you may have guessed it, it's an article, or it's a blog, or it's a downloadable white paper or PDF. This is you spending and investing in content that is going to make the jobs and the lives of your customers better. And this is you being a thought leader. This is you investing in educational content that sets you apart from the competitor down the street. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you choose to publish this educational content. Some people say, what's the difference between a blog and an article section? Really, there's no difference. Articles can just be pages on your site that are, filled with educational content. Now, the best practice is that you need to have them linking. You need to have them linking outside to an authoritative source. This can be a manufacturer site. This can be a government site citing an OSHA standard, for example. And then you need to have them linking internally as well, linking to pages on your e-commerce site if you have it, linking to form pages. You need to have some sort of visible call to action on these pages as well. Think of this as a funnel, and what we're doing is we're leading them down narrower and narrower down a funnel towards making a purchasing decision. So if at the landing page is the very top of the funnel, it's the place where most people are at. Okay, fewer of those people are actually going to go to the article, and even fewer of those people are going to click on a product detail page, and even fewer of those are actually going to purchase. And so you can see that the funnel is working its way narrower and narrower until you get down to actually making a purchasing decision. But the educational content is key because this is the thing, guys. The internet only works when there is content. Okay, this the thing. There's no content, then nobody's going to find you. Okay, so the search engines have to serve up content to potential customers. Your customers are out there asking Google all the time questions related to their job. If you don't think that, then I don't know what to do for you. you're probably on the wrong show. But fundamentally, we have to be producing some sort of content so that we can reach our potential buyers, okay, that are using the internet like the rest of us. All right, even if it's just once a month, I would love for you to blog every week. I try to create this podcast every week. It's got a blog article link to it. Producing content every week is fantastic. It's the best practice. If you can't do it every week, create content every month so that you can use that content as part of your monthly buyer's journey. Okay, that monthly buyer's journey is going to be. It's going to hinge on the content. It just doesn't work if it's just sales. If it's just a sales promotion thing every month, then it gets spammy. Okay, so it really hinges on doing this every month. Creating a summary. By the way, when we put this on the landing page, we're not dumping the entire article on the page. Okay, just don't have 1,000 words on your landing page right there. That's not the intention of the landing page. The landing page is to serve up a summary, sort of like teasers. And then for you to click in down the funnel. So if somebody is interested in reading your article, what you're going to do is you're going to create a nice image, and you're going to have a summary, 2-3 sentences about the article. Maybe it's even the first paragraph. If you're lazy like me, you just want to copy and paste that first paragraph, put that on the landing page, link to the article. Somebody wants to learn more, they click on the CTA, take some of the article, and they can dive in from there. Okay? So that's the educational section. Moving on now to the third and final section. What do we put in this call to action? I think this is the part where we tend to spend the most time thinking about selling products, and obviously for good reason. That's what we're here to do. We're here to sell industrial supply equipment. But in this call to action section, I'm a big fan of working with my manufacturer partners. Okay. Which of your manufacturer reps get this kind of thing and which of them don't. Unfortunately, some of these guys some of these companies are still in the dark ages. They don't understand the value of this. The only way you can get a dime out of them is if you create a printed catalog. And which is fine by me, because I still like to create printed catalogs. I think they're valuable. But you have to, in today's world, you have to do both. You have to be digital, and they have to understand the value of doing digital marketing with you and you taking the initiative. So what I like to do is to create a call to action section featuring a few suppliers and then billing those suppliers for the cost for me to build this campaign. So if I'm working with an agency or if I'm doing it in-house, by the way, if you're doing it in-house, you need to treat your digital marketing team like an agency. They need to be tracking their hours. You need to be able to demonstrate to your manufacturers, look, this is the amount of time I've put into this campaign. This is what it's worth to me in real dollars. And that's how you can go collect co-op or charge them and get credit on your account. So, those marketing dollars are out there. You have to think like them a little bit, and I love manufacturers that think like distributors and distributors that think like manufacturers. They work so well together because they understand that it's a partnership, and those usually are the ones that are great choices for featuring on these types of pages. If, for example, they do not get this and they will not help you pay for it, then just use a different supplier. I know you don't like to hear that, but here's the deal: you don't have to stop selling their products. Offline, sell their products all day long. But here's the deal: if they don't want to partner with you in digital marketing, then you need to kind of hit them where it hurts and say, well, listen, you didn't want to do this, but these other guys, they wanted to do this. And that's why they're on this page for this product category that you're known for, but you didn't want to do it with me, so I got these guys. That's my personal opinion. Other distributors might take a different approach, and that's fine. But here's where you can also get creative with the way that you split this up. So if you had just really the most simplest thing I can imagine is to just do one supplier a month, right? So one supplier Each month is going to be the focus, and they're going to help you pay for that month's campaign. But you can also split this up even deeper, right? You can go 3 suppliers and then just divide it into thirds. You can also go deeper than that. You can go and split it by 6. You can go 6 suppliers, and they each get equal section. That's the key. They have to have equal section. If they don't have equal section, then they're going to complain. You're not going to get your money out of them. But you can even create tiers, okay? And then you can start marketing to them and say, listen, here's my buyer's campaign. Here's the month that I'd like to feature you in. I'm reaching out to all of the suppliers I work with in this category, and you can participate as a gold supplier. You can be a silver supplier or a bronze supplier. A gold supplier gets the big section. A silver supplier gets the medium section, and the bronze supplier gets the baby bear section. So that's another way of doing it. Put together packages for them. Let them decide how much they want to work with you. All right. The ones that get it are going to be pumped about this. Tell them I sent you, by the way. Give me a referral. Tell them Matt Johnson, SpinStack, sent you over, and he had this idea, and maybe we'll work together. But that's the idea here, guys, is to create really savvy co-op campaigns with your manufacturers in that call to action section. Clicking back to your e-commerce site. A lot of times you should be able to, really in any e-commerce platform, you should be able to link to a search term for your manufacturer. So if you just want to link straight to a search and then filter your e-commerce store by manufacturer, you could do that. Or if you want to link to a particular category or to a particular individual product page, you can do that. All right. So a lot of stuff to cover. I know we're going to turn the corner, and we're going to talk about promotion. We're going to talk about promoting this page. Again, like if you've got to this point, you've got just kick-ass content, right? You've got the educational piece covered. You've got the call to action covered. You've got a fear of missing out that is causing urgency on this page. This page is well designed, and it looks good, and it's linking all over your website. That's fantastic. But if nobody's seeing it, it's just a waste. It's just a waste of time. So how do we promote this page? I'm going to suggest 3 ways. 3 ways to promote this page. One is print. And you didn't think I was going to go there. But this is key. And I'll tell you why. Because not every one of your customers is going to be engaged in their inbox. The thing about email marketing is that it's got the best ROI on any channel imaginable, like in any marketing channel, really. It is the cheapest, easiest return on the investment. However, when you're dealing with email marketing, you have to realize that 20%, 30% open rate is fantastic. 1-2% click-through rate is standard. So you're really talking about small percentages. Think of all of the customers who are so busy, who they don't open up your emails, whose emails are just so friggin' disorganized and they got 20,000 messages that they haven't even looked at. It's just a disaster out there for some of these guys. That's more common than you think. And so the inbox is not going to be the way to reach some of those guys. So how can you reach them? And I would suggest print is a great way to reach these ones and drive them back to the website. Use print to work with your digital channel. Okay, they don't have to live on their own. They can work with each other. So what I would do is I would create some really nice clean flyers, okay, that are just highlighting the key. I mean, basically take the landing page that you build and turn it into a flyer. And then I'd stick that flyer into the customer orders, put them in the boxes that you send out, stick them on top of the box when you deliver it. Here's the other thing. If you're drop shipping a lot and maybe you don't even have a physical box to send them, put a link and a little section on your invoice that points them to the landing pages where they can follow along the customer journey. That's another good idea. So, of course, you should highlight this in your printed catalog. If you're doing a printed catalog still, which, by the way, I still recommend, I recommend small, regular printed catalogs featuring very selective product, very smaller, much smaller product selection. So the phone book catalogs are pretty much dead, but you should be creating regular content, whether that be line cards, brochures, any of that sort of thing that you're handing out on a regular basis to new prospects, to customers. These are the things that you should be using to drive traffic back to the landing page. And the way that you do that, by the way, is that you create a master page, right, or a parent page for all of the child pages, all of the monthly customer journey pages. They live on one master page, and you can be creative with what you call this. It doesn't have to be called a customer journey. That'd probably sound weird to your customer, right? You could call it, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but give me a minute and I'll think of one. But you can call it something unique. You can brand it, and then have people go to that landing page. It can be xyzdistributor.com/journey, right? And then on that page, there's links to all of the other landing pages, which is really cool. It gives them kind of a directory, and they can go back and forth. They can bounce back and forth depending on what their need is. They want to dig into, this topic a little more, or they want to send a link to one of their associates. They can do that because you've organized it for them on that master page. Okay, so you remember that even if the content offer is no longer available because we're trying to create the urgency, so you can't get the Yeti cooler anymore because it's expired. The content on that page, the call to action, the educational content, all that stuff is evergreen and it lasts forever. There's no reason why it can't be there, for months. So if you posted something in April, it's still valuable in October. It just depends on that customer and where they're at in their journey. Do they need that content or not? Okay. And then once you've built out a year of this and you have every month covered, that's a reason to stop and celebrate, because now you've got this framework that is so valuable. And now all you have to do is go back every month. Instead of building everything from scratch, you just go back and you update those pages. And you just swap out the manufacturers, you swap out the products, you swap out the educational content, but the structure, the frame is all there built. So that's really cool. All right, so I took a little bit of a rabbit trail, but let me jump back to email. So this is the second way of promoting your landing pages, your buyer's journey. An email. I like to send one email each week, highlighting a different area of the landing page. So typically there's 4 weeks in a month. So here's how it breaks out. The first week is actually just a general overview. So we talk about the journey, we talk about the value of it, talk about what you're going to learn this month, and then highlight the different areas. Okay, so it's very, very much high-level overview, the first email. The second email is where we'll talk about the offer. Okay, so the premier offer or the fear, right? We'll talk about the consequences for inaction. The third week is all about the education. So we'll talk about the educational article. We'll link to some really valuable resources. And then the fourth week is the call to action, where we're going to focus on the products. We're going to focus on the manufacturers and the solutions associated with each one. And here's the thing. If you want, you can actually feature your manufacturer brands and their products in each of these emails. The thing to do there is just stick them at the bottom. Okay, so just put them at the bottom so that you're leading with a sales pitch. You're delivering value in the inbox, which is going to make sure that you get your emails open more regularly. And then at the end, if they're interested, they want to skip the whole landing page and the whole buyer's journey, they just want to jump right to a product page, they can do that very easily. And that's a great way to build, that's a great way to bake the emails into the landing pages, make this whole campaign really billable to your manufacturer partners. All right, so marketing automation is another thing that I wanted to touch on. So here is where marketing automation, automated marketing email can really be helpful. So what I like to do, if you have it, And by the way, there's really no excuse not to have it. Did you know that SpinStack has a $300 a month marketing automation tool? $300 a month. You get a CRM, social media management, blog management, and email marketing automation with unlimited contacts. It's more affordable today than ever before. If you want something more upscale, HubSpot is another great one. HubSpot, we're still a HubSpot Gold agency partner. We can set you up with great terms and deals with HubSpot software as well. So, but for marketing automation, here's what we do. First of all, we segment if we can. Okay, that's important because not every customer needs to get every buyer's journey. For example, if I work with manufacturers and I work with contractors, my manufacturer customers are going to be interested in some of the content and not others. Same thing with contractors. So I'm not going to send my contractors like a monthly buyer's journey focused on facility identification because they don't work in a facility. They work outside on a construction site. So I would send them a completely different customer journey. That's number one. You can do that with marketing automation. Number two is that if I don't have that ability, or even if I do, I'm still segmenting, but then I give the customer the ability to choose their journey. Okay, so I let them choose how they want to engage the content, a little or a lot. So what we can do is let them decide if they want to just turn it off. So in that first email, when we send them the overview, we might ask them a question. Do you want to learn more, or do you want to skip this? And if they hit skip, it shuts down the emails. They don't get any more emails for the month on that topic because we're not going to just hit them up on stuff that they're not interested in. And then they get the next month's, if it's relevant to them, they can keep going. If they visit the landing page, then we'll just keep feeding them content, dripping it to them every week. So that's a really cool way of using marketing automation. And of course, if you get a brand new lead, say at a trade show, for example, you can auto-enroll them with marketing automation. You can auto-enroll them in your customer's journey so that they're immediately getting nurtured and touched, regardless of what happens on the sales side. All right, and the third and final channel that we like to use to promote these buyers' journeys is social media. Now, social media is an extremely affordable way of advertising. I don't look at it as a completely free channel unless you have built up your followers to a point where, you can get your content seen by a lot of your followers. So usually that means, I think you have to have 1,000 followers to really benefit from posting, and not boosting your posts and not paying for the right to publish content on with your followers on social media. But regardless, if you have social media accounts, I like to use LinkedIn, I like to use Facebook, and Instagram, and they're all targeting different demographics. Okay, Instagram's going to target my younger audience, my younger buyers, my millennials. Facebook is targeting my baby boomers, and LinkedIn is going to be targeting those sales reps and those people out there who really tend to shy away from Facebook and really prefer a more professional approach when it comes to communicating and engaging with business partners like you guys. So what I would do is try to post something every day, or if not every day, at least every other day. And this post is going to link back to the landing page. And here's the thing, we're only going to focus on the educational aspect of this campaign. Okay, we're not going to go crazy on the sales pitch. Okay, because that's not wanted. That's not the place for it. Right. So we're going to focus on the educational part. We're going to try to keep the selling to a minimum. And remember, if you do your job on the landing page, if you do your job on the landing page and the article, the visitors that you get from social media to the site, so these are referral links, so off of social media, off of LinkedIn, off of Facebook, when they click back to your website, when they come there, if you've done your job right, they're going to see all of the products you sell. They're going to see your solutions, and they're going to go to the purchasing decision when they're ready. So the idea here is no pressure on social media. It's no pressure. It's got to be fun. It's got to be helpful. It's got to be engaging. The whole thing is about awareness and engagement. The sales, I keep hitting the microphone. The sales are the natural side effect. Remember that when it comes to social media. You're not there to sell, you're there to pique interest, and that hopefully turns into a sale. Brand awareness. They see your name, they see the brand, they know that you're the go-to for that place. When it comes time to order, they come back, okay? And that's hard to track, I understand, but that is the value of social media. All right, speaking of tracking, we're wrapping this episode up with the inevitable question of how do I track the ROI? Because I know some of you guys are out there, you're banging, you're on the treadmill or you're in the car and you're banging the dashboard and you're saying, that's great, Matt, but I'm going to spend all this money and I'm going to do all of this work and what am I going to get for this at the end of the day? So I would say this, guys. Think about it. This is the benefit of a digital customer engagement campaign. First of all, you are going to reduce, or you're going to put some lubrication on the attrition. Okay, so you're going to reduce the friction, in lack of communication, lack of touches, lack of feeling special is the number one reason why your customers leave you and go somewhere else. So it's all about relationships, and the digital channel is a simple way for you to demonstrate that you believe that it's all about relationships, and you're going to give them the attention and the love that they deserve as existing customers that you would give to a first time or a prospect customer. So the magic happens when it comes to this campaign. The magic happens when you integrate an all-in-one marketing tool. Okay, so whether you use our marketing software or HubSpot or Marketo or something like that, if you use one of these softwares that is out there that does it all. So what I mean by that is it's going to track your social engagement, it's going to track your email campaigns, it's going to track your landing pages and your clicks. All right, all of that needs to be tracked, and if that is integrated with your ERP software or order management software, now we can directly tie together the activities we do with our campaigns that led to or influenced a sale. And so this isn't rocket science. This is very doable. But we have to be committed, we have to be organized, and we have to have some creativity. So if you have a team, and so, kind of as we think about how do we do this, I would say, like, if you have a team that can do this in-house, but you're not sure how to get started, and you're not sure how to train them, how to get them to think like a digital marketing agency, I can help with that. One of the things that I do that many people don't realize, I don't really talk about it very often, is I do consulting. And so what I can do is I can actually come in to your organization and train your team, train your marketing team now how to do this, how to act like an agency, how to track their time, how to organize projects and get this stuff out the door every month. That's one way of doing it. The other thing is to outsource. To work with an agency like us who can do this for you. We organize the whole thing. We do the project management. We do the billable hours. We give you an invoice that you can take to your manufacturer reps and have them help you pay for some of this sort of thing. Those are some of the things that we can do. It's basically, if you want to do this yourself, but you're not sure how to get started, or if you just need to outsource the entire thing, either way, we have solutions for you guys. So if you want to learn more about that, if you're interested in kind of taking that next step, the best thing you can do is to just go to the website, spinstack.com. You can learn more about us and fill out a form to schedule a consultation, or just email me, matt@thetakeoverpodcast.com, and I'll be happy to help. So I hope this episode was helpful. Hope that that framework can be used and you can start implementing that this year. This is the year that you create a digital customer buyer journey, and I hope that you have a lot of success in that. Let me know how I can help. Until next time, see you later. Talk to you soon.